Hi, lovies. It's been a while. I know so much has happened. And if you follow me on my TikTok or on my Facebook, you'll see some of it. But yeah, so let's dive in though. Let's just jump right into it. What are the energies that are coming up in December? What can you expect? And let's have a look. Let's have a look. The energy now for this December that's coming up for the collective, please. For the collective. For the collective. The energy in December for the collective, we've got the scythe. Okay, so this is a pretty harsh Lenormand card. It has to do with arguments, with strife. It has to do with cutoffs. It has to do with things being cut off, been suddenly ending, suddenly ended. Um, Difficulties. Else, please. The energy of December. What's coming up? We've got public spaces, the park, or someone in the public eye, someone in the public space. We've got the scythe again, and we've got decision. Okay, so it looks like something's going to, initially, it's going to happen with somebody in the public eye. That something is going to happen, which is going to cause a decision to go one way or another. Now, the actual death card is not a death card in my experience. It's a transformation card or that something has come to an end. So it is an endings card, but not necessarily a death card. And the death card, though, where things are intentional, is this one. And so this is showing that somebody in the public eye in December again, some kind of a story is going to either about someone that was in the public eye where things suddenly came to an end, or some information is coming out again, or some topic is coming back up again for the public, which is going to push people into one direction or another. Um, See here, we've got the owl. So thoughts, gossip, talk, fish, money, drugs, the key, certainty, and the lilies. Okay, so this whole thing around the e-files is going to continue into December. It's just going to keep going on and on and on. And what's already been released is going to reveal a little bit more and more as time goes on. So it feels as if this is going to become a bigger deal than anticipated. Like everybody knew it was going to be a big deal, but it's going to be a really, really, really big deal. So let's see here. What else is coming up for December? What are the December energies? Overall, before I started this, I really tapped into something very warm. It's like my heart opened up and it was just a very warm time, a warm space, a time of connection, connecting to others, with others. And it really felt good. And it felt as if because of all the hardship and all the strangeness that we're going through, that a life becomes more real again, that those connections that you value become more valuable again. Those connections that, family becomes more real again. It's somehow strange. Well, it's not strange, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. So what else in this December of 2025? What else? Yeah, we've got the coffin, so endings. Something is coming to an end. What is coming to an end in December 2025? What is coming to an end? Um, some kind of an anchor that has anchored people down in some way, shape, or form. Okay. This can be a job, this can be work, this can be a career. This is something that has given you hold in life. This is something that has been an anchor for you for quite some time. And it's coming to an end here. Once again, the coffin and the coffin keeps popping up. We've got the bear. Okay. And the bear can be something from the past. This can also be a mother figure, a maternal figure. And we've also, again, we've got the park, the tree, health, a significant person, a young man, and endings. So this is, it sounds like a story that already happened in September with Charlie Kirk. But it might be that more information comes up around Charlie Kirk, that more information comes out in December, that people know more. But it could be that, not that it happens again, I wouldn't say that, but that something happens out in the public eye, someone in the public eye. That would be too crazy if it happened again. Yeah. So new beginnings, fresh starts. Okay. December, the overall energy that I'm picking up, you guys, it feels like a month of warmth where families come together again. And it feels like this year is, because of all the hardship, because of everything that everyone is going through, that family, being with loved ones, or being in a space of love is going to be more important than anything else. All the other stuff that was so important, all those Christmases, the spell has finally broken. It's no longer going to be this materialist of a Christmas as it usually is. Yes, gifts are important, all of that. But the underlying feeling that I'm feeling is that humanity is really returning, or those of us that are Christian are really returning to the roots of what is valuable, of what Christmas is really about, of what we really want to focus in on during this time. So I feel like that's the energy that's coming up for December. But another thing is that there's something about someone in the public eye, someone who is, I wouldn't say revered, but respected. And God forbid, I hope not. But I don't think what happened in September to Charlie Kirk is going to repeat itself. But there's something around that. So it could be that around his story, more information comes out, more information is being released. That's going to be the talk. But there's also something that's connected to the e-files that's continuing to be it's not going away. It's not going away. And it is going to blow up. It's not going away. So what else? So I feel like in December we have this year the energies of or the opportunity. We have the opportunity to really push things forward in our evolution and our growth by turning our back on the typical materialist cycle, by turning our back on we need to buy this, we need to have so much of this, we need to do all that, and to really focus on what are we actually here for? What are we actually here doing? And to focus on the connections, repairing those, building those, strengthening those, experiencing those, living those, maintaining those, instead of focusing on getting replacement parts for stuff that we don't want to fix, right? So we need to this energy of the heart is coming in and it's opening up during December. And it feels like this is also a month of reconciliation. So a lot of reconciling will be happening, people getting back together, people having chats, people having talks, people explaining, because relationships are what are in the forefront this month. And it feels as if, this is going to help you heal, right? Heal with a regulated nervous system by having a regulated nervous system next to you, but it's going to help you heal by also experiencing true connection, true love, true friendship, true relationship, true partnership. And it's that door, that window is opening up this month. What else, please? I'm supposed to remind you to leave this year in this year. And this is really important because 2026 is going to be a pretty intense year. And to leave this year in this year and to not take anything forward with you and to really double underline it. Of course, I'm saying that in generally speaking, of course, you're going to take certain things forward with you. You're not going to move house. You're not going to suddenly walk away from that. But generally speaking, let grudges in the past, let bygones be, let all of it, but also be willing to open up to learn new things about yourself this year. Instead of setting goals, instead of setting New Year's resolutions, just stay open and say, I am willing to learn new things about myself this year in a loving, gentle way. And just stay open to what happens and how you develop and how you grow and how you evolve. I see some of you driving, so traveling, driving is going to be a thing as well. It's almost like everybody wants the 2026 the year of travel. I don't know, but a lot of people are going to be starting to travel again. It's picking back up again. And it feels like it's opening before it closes after 2028. And overall, it feels as if this is a year of you finally know who you are. You finally know who you are. Now, I'll be doing a 2026 reading on Patreon if you want to join me over there. And so I'll be going through everything, like all the energies coming up for 2026. But for this December, which is of course bleeding into 2026, it's really a month of home, home connection, relationships, building that, maintaining that, strengthening that, focusing on that, and making that your priority. And so it's time that we really, really, really live, and we're starting to do that again. We're starting to live the information that has been given to us. We're starting to live the downloads that we're receiving. People are moving more and more into their intuition, are aligning more and more into their gut feelings, into what they know to be right and true, and living that. And we're going to see that like really show up in December. Another thing that I'm finding more and more and more is that people are more comfortable now with dropping dogma. So people are more comfortable with taking systems from the past that they've learned, right? Structures, and then just freeing it, liberating it. And that's part of the ascension process or the liberation process. The return to the original, to the soul process is to take off all the stuff that we've gunked up around it. So, for example, more and more astrologers are doing precession astrology instead of the classical astrology because it makes no sense anymore, to be honest, right? The precession of the equinoxes has caused the signs to shift so far, and the signs and the houses are made up by us. Like we invented that. And so we invented like the names of the stars as well. They're not actual animals and all of that. So it's but what's not being invented is how that the planets cross the stars, how they communicate with each other. Like that we can still work with. But I've noticed a couple astrologers have released that hold, that this old classical way of seeing things and have opened themselves up to something new. But that goes through everything, where we're really shedding, like we're continuously shedding. These are the shedding years where everything is breaking down, everything is crumbling. And I've spoken about that in previous videos, and it's still going to take a while to move through. So we're not done yet. It's still going to take a while to move through. But all these old towers of belief, towers of concepts that we abide by, like all of it is breaking down. The entire construct is coming down. So it's a shift of the ages that we are moving through, but December gives us a respite, this, especially here in the north. It gives us a little bit of a coming together where it's good to be with one another again. We're finding joy offline. Offline is going to continue to be something now that more and more establishes itself as something that is luxurious, right? That you don't have to work in coffee shops anymore, that you don't have to work at all in that sense, right? That you don't have to show yourself online, that you don't have to be online that much. It's this trend is going to continue to develop as we go back to human connections. And AI is not going anywhere. We are going to refine AI. We are going to continue working on AI because this experience of reconnecting with one another is going to be so sweet that we're going to want to continue to create and build out something that allows us that time, that allows us to do that. I feel as well December is mainly it's really a little bit of a nostalgic time as well. We might see a lot of nostalgia happening where people are looking to the past of how Christmas was celebrated. It's fun again to watch those old reruns on TVs, or people look to the past again. And in order to figure out, like what am I keeping and how do I best move into the future? How did I do it last time? How did they do it? And to utilize that to move themselves forward. So I feel like December is mostly a this month, this time, a time of warmth and a time of coming together and a time of, and it's not going to be happiness around the table for all of you. It's just impossible, but the energy, and it could be happiness around a friend's table as well. It doesn't have to be family, right? Family, that friends that are like family, but the energy of it is this warmth, this recognition of humanity. That's the seed is being planted that recognizes we're all humans, recognizes we are human beings. Um, we're one as humans in a sense. So there's this coming together. That's the energy that I'm feeling. And yes, nationalism, national ideals is going to continue to be a hot thing that's going to grow all through the next coming years. As people look for a new identity, it's easy to fall into this is who I am, right? And this is what constitutes my tribe, my community, my family, and this is who I am. So this is going to continue, but it's only a result of people trying to find a safe and stable identity, and they will. But all this stuff from before is breaking down, and it's causing anxiousness as we hang in limbo together, not knowing what it's going to look like from here on out. And just a reminder to, keep no matter what happens, don't lose hope. That's, I think, the biggest thing. Don't lose hope, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, don't lose hope. And it kind of reminds me of those movies, right? Or those stories. No matter what you hear that goes bump in the night, no matter what you see, don't believe it. Don't buy into it. Don't attach to it. Don't get hooked into it. Don't let yourself be dragged screaming by it. Don't fight back. Don't acknowledge it. Just ignore it. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And it doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means that yeah, like some people are here to deal with that kind of stuff, and that's specifically why they came in. That's fine. If you're not that person, then you don't need to do that. And without judging the one or the other, without saying the one is wrong for dealing with it, the other is wrong for ignoring it. No, it's just two different pathways that are both needed at this time to hold the balance, right? So it's But December is definitely a warmer December than maybe the previous years. That's what I literally just heard, but this may also be a warmer December in the sense of emotional warmth. Okay, it might actually be colder because yeah, this side is, yeah. But in any case, it's not going to be that bad of a month. But again, December is a pretty tricky month to get things started, get things going. But I feel that some of you, it's still going to be possible. We're going to be seeing 3i Atlas again before it exits out of our system. And so this is definitely going to shake things up a little bit as it's the closest point to the Earth. And so 3i Atlas to me has a very gentle, soft, subtle energy. And so it might to you, I'm not quite sure, but it definitely inspires to more. It inspires to higher. It inspires to um, be courageous in letting go of the old, letting go of the past, and moving into what is new. And just creating it, just doing it, just making it happen, just letting it all slide. And I feel like that's going to be a big thing this December, where the collective is just exhausted with these old games that we've been playing for so long. And it's looking at it saying, you know what, I've seen this magic trick 1,000 times. I know how it's done. We all know how it's done. We all know what is going on. We're all overly educated in certain aspects, and we all know what's going on. And I'm not going to play this game anymore. I just refuse. And so it's not even the refusal out of stubbornness, but it's like, I'm just not getting up for that. I don't even hear my name being called for that. I didn't hear my name being called, so I didn't get up, right? I didn't hear it. And it's more, again, I keep coming back to that, but like I said, that's what I'm picking up. It's more focus on the heart, the true connections, having quality time with people, spending quality time with people, and not really too much, even though the worries are there, worrying about the future. Okay. So if you would like to know what's coming up for you next year, of course, book a session. The link is in the description box below this video, as well as join me over on Patreon, because now that my feet are back on the ground once again after my most recent trip, I will be posting a 2026 and the information that is coming through for me there, what's coming up for us in 2026. You guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.